All right, what's up, everybody? This is Jamal Johnson. Ain't been around for a minute. Been digesting everything, but in the spirit of breaking silence, and also since it's just about the close of the 500th year of Martin Luther's historic 95 Theses, you know, that was 1517, right? Halloween. I drafted 95 reasons why I am not a part of the so-called sanctuary. All right. First off, I don't have anything against anybody in sanctuary. Actually, love them all and wish the best for them all. I sincerely do. I look at it this way: conditions mean things, and the principle helps us figure out which conditions are more weighty than others. And so I know that I'm doing my best, and you know, the people that are mentioned or implicated in anything called sanctuary are probably doing their best. But that doesn't mean that I can abide everything that they do, whether they're aware of what they do or unaware of what they do, whether they're aware of their reasoning, like where it comes from, like what it's rooted in, or whether they're completely, you know, in a state of not even appreciating where the root of their reasoning comes from, you know. So you know, again, I wish the best for everybody, but if there weren't issues, then we'd probably still be cool and hanging out. And some of these issues do pertain to the Family Federation, because they have similar issues, and sort of like religious institutions in general tend to have issues like these. So this is not just about sanctuary. This is about leaving the era of religion also. So here we go. I'm about to start. Reason number 1. Restoration era is over. And no church, not the Sanctuary, the Family Federation, or the Unification Church, seemed interested in prepping people for that. Whether they are totally ignorant of it, it's not as if Father didn't say that restoration is over. It's just nobody decided to unpack and disseminate to members what it means that restoration is over. So it's like either something that flies over our head or just something that, you know, we're not really dealing with. That's a big problem, because it means that it means that the dynamics of restoration are still alive and kicking in people's minds, and the goodness of the new era can't really flourish, because you know, you'll find in the principle that it says when a new era comes along, it ushers in new standards of goodness. Okay, so the new standards of goodness aren't being dealt with because restoration isn't being set aside and unpacked for what it is. So you know, there's no recognition or cognition of the fact that restoration was about separation from Satan. There's no recognition or cognition that restoration was to overturn the satanic parents' claim of parenthood. There's no recognition or cognition that restoration was about preparing ourselves individually for an untrodden path above the top of the growth stage. And there doesn't seem to be any cognition or recognition that restoration wasn't sufficient, because there is a third stage, an untrodden path. There's no discussion of the third stage, an untrodden path. There's no cognition or recognition that, you know, the top of the growth stage has certain issues, and there's no ministry alive to, you know, illuminate and navigate the specific issues at the top of the growth stage, like people having a revelation that you are the Lord, and being tempted to become Antichrist, the 3 temptations of Jesus, the issue of elder sonship, decentralization, in that's the time when Adam was talking directly to God at the top of the growth stage. So this whole idea that each member is to be having a direct communication with God, and communication with other entities other than God would be now relegated to some sort of secondary or tertiary status. All right, so restoration is over.